Hello and welcome to 2023, our new year, new vibration, hopefully some new things happening in our lives. It feels really great to be here. It's been a bit of a struggle just to get into 2023. In fact, I think in my newsletter, I describe it as a bit of a slog. And that's been the process for my clients who come to see me for personal sessions. They felt they've had to really slug it out just to get into December and then get through December and then have a bit of breathing space as we move into January, into 2023. When we talk about vibration, and I have got some posts about vibration and frequencies, we're moving from the old vibration of the year of the tiger. It's a very isolating sign. It's a very isolated animal, if you will. And we're moving into a far more socially friendly animal in terms of the rabbit. And when we think about the rabbit, it's that bouncy, playful, very productive animal within the animal world. But it is a tale of two halves. We have to remember that what we see on the outside, this wonderful, playful, fluffy rabbit, what are they hiding on the inside? And by that, I mean they burrow underground. So what's happening underground? So what's happening under the surface? That would be one of the things we need to be really aware of as we're moving into the new vibration, which starts tomorrow. So the transitioning time gathers pace the last week of January into the first week of February. Then the energies are set, and that's the year of the rabbit, truly and welcoming us into this new vibration. So, as always, we all start our year with new resolve, new resolutions, new goals and tasks, all of those sorts of things. I think for me, I just want to reflect a little bit on 2022 because on some levels it was a year where I discovered quite a lot about myself in terms of my resilience, in terms of recognizing myself on a level and recognizing some of my skills that I hadn't possibly appreciated before, recognizing the things that I can get done and how I can get them done. And I've certainly learned a lot of new digital skills. So, one of those things, or one of those tools that I would go to was the how do you videos on YouTube. Absolutely love YouTube. And I would just, if I didn't know how to do it, I would just Google a video and off I would go and I'm clicking and doing lots of things. So it was one of those years where I accessed, I suppose, the World Wide Web on a much broader scale and really have put myself out there and sort of trying to get my voice heard, if you will, which it does seem to be. I think one of the other things that was really lovely, um, I suppose in reflection, being a teacher has been a passion of mine. So in being invited with Insight Timer to create some course content for them, I felt quite humbled by that. And so the courses are going well and we've got a brand new audience. And America has always been a bigger audience for me. So hello, America. And it's great to get your feedback from the newsletter. So I know you guys, you do send me how things have been for you. And a big thank you for taking the time to do that. But hopefully there's a whole different audience that's appreciating some of my work, which is really lovely. So what's in store and what is my newsletter about for January? I think we all head into January. We've got room to breathe and we take a deep sigh and we go, oh, thank goodness we're here. But we have to be really mindful about what we are planning for the year ahead. And, manifestations, the word manifest is always on everyone's lips. It's one of those words that we've been bombarded with over the last 10 to 12 years. We've got to manifest. We've got to manifest this and manifest that into our lives. But we have to have the right frequency and the right vibration to manifest in. And remember, along with manifestation, the law of magnetism works supremely well. They go hand in hand together. So when we use the word manifest and we say, I want to manifest this, but I don't want that, bang, the law of magnetism is picking up all of that. And usually, because of your desire and your emotional input behind what we don't want, that's exactly what you're going to get, because that's what manifesting is. We attract the good, the bad, and the indifferent. So I've been banging on for the last few years, probably every January for the last 4 or 5 years, to ask you to think about a different way of looking at your future and planning your future. And I have used the word aspiration because when we aspire, there's a lot of hope. When we're aspiring towards something, our desire is huge. It's far bigger than manifesting, because when we want to manifest, all our doubts come in. I don't know if I'm worthy. I don't know if that'll happen. How would I cope if that happened? Is that actually really what I want? When we aspire, we don't have that consciousness around the word aspire or aspirations because we don't use it that often. And I think we've probably overused the word manifest or manifestation because we have been manifesting and we get all the naughty stuff coming in, all the indifferent and the bad stuff, maybe not quite as much of the good stuff. So why don't we aspire? If you aspire to become better within your workplace, then how are you going to do that? Write a list of how you're going to do that. If you have aspirations of becoming a floor manager or a section manager or a CEO, what are the steps you need to get you there? Find the people who give you inspiration, who did it, and get yourself there using their techniques, following their path, because their success is your success. When we have aspirations, it's not a definite, it's the journey. So when we're aspiring to, if I was to say my aspirations are to have 2,000 followers in the community Facebook hub page, the Opus Soul community hub page, I would love to have 200 followers in there. Joining me monthly for my free meditations. We'll start doing question and answer sessions live, all of those sorts of things. So I have this end goal, but how am I going to do that? And I'm going to have to do that by constantly talking, advertising, giving good content, making sure it's value for people, that they get something from it. So that's my aspiration. And the journey along the way should be quite exciting. If I don't get there, that's okay. But I'm sure I will create more people joining the Facebook Opus Soul Community Hub, even just from this little video. So aspirations, when we are aspiring, we are taking a deep breath and we're putting action behind what we want. It's been really interesting. Usually the first few weeks of January, if not the whole of January, I get clients returning. And some of them, it's just an annual personal session where we do some healing work. We look at what the future can hold. So it's a mixture of a psychic reading and some healing work and all of that things that goes together. And so it's been really interesting with the clients that have been booking in. One, I'm so humbled that they still remember I'm here and they are booking in. I always feel quite humbled by that. But what has become really So obvious is maybe not the right word, but what I've become really aware of in doing these sessions for people here in New Zealand and overseas, and it's maybe a reaction to the last 2.5 years with the COVID and the lockdowns and all of those sorts of situations, is that everyone's been in waiting. It's almost like they've been quite passive, if you will, in creating change in their life. And whether that's a sense of fear of the future, not knowing what's going to happen, whether it's a sense of intrepidation, whether they're just being really impacted by the global situation, the financial crisis, and how is that impacting me personally? They've been waiting. It's like they've been waiting. Life is on hold, not in lockdown, but in hold. And so in talking to my lovely clients, I've been suggesting different techniques, especially the business owners. I have quite a lot of business owners who connect with me and they get advice about, well, they ask for advice about their business and kind of tune in and see what's happening, etc., etc. And for them, they have to take action to make the changes within their business. And that applies to our personal life as well. If I look at Phyllis Brown Limited, what am I going to do on a personal level to make some of the changes that I am inspiring to do within my life? What are the steps I need to take? Because if we think of the book The Alchemist, which is a lovely book. It's a really quick read. I love that book. It was never about the destination. He thought it was about the destination. So his manifestation, his goal was, I need to get to this treasure. But actually, it was the journey towards the goal because it brought him back full circle to his starting point. And the gold was actually everyone he met. It was everything that he did along the way, not the gold. The gold was there. It was right there in every step of his path. And I think that's something we need to remember when we are proactive and we're participating in our life on whatever level. Then the action, just by the sense of participating, the action will then create a reaction. If we're sitting back and we're waiting, and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting, it doesn't matter how much you manifest, it's not going to happen. We need to create that action to get the reaction. So I want you to think about how your year has been. Have you actively been participating in your life, or have you been a bystander waiting for things to happen? And what are your aspirations? What do you aspire to be? Is it fitter? Is it slimmer? Is it wealthier? Is it recognition? Do you aspire to be recognized within your family, within your workplace, within your peers? And how are you going to do that? I love the word aspiration. As I say, I've been banging on about aspirations for 5 years. And maybe this is the year that some of you will change your thought process from manifesting into aspiring and put those goals out there, because it does push you forward far quicker than your manifesting will, because you'll sit with that, and then as things don't occur, the doubt, the fear, everything starts to pile in on top, and suddenly you're throwing the list out because it's not working. So that's something to think about for this month, and getting yourself ready for the change of vibration, that new vibration. I have got a little bit of work coming up in physical classes for those of you here in Christchurch, New Zealand. I will be running a crystal healing course, the first one in 4 years, if not 5 years. So I'm very excited. It's be a very small class, 6 students only. So if you are if you do aspire to become a crystal healer, or just aspire to work with your crystals differently, then the link is within my my newsletter here. And as always, visit the website for the latest blogs that are going in there. They've Tarot of the Week blog will now be going into the blog posts on the opussoulcommunity.com website. They've been a real hit on YouTube. I am putting them into the Facebook Community Hub group page. So just ask to join the Hub page and I will allow you access. And I've got some real fan favourites. I see the same people linking in each week to see what the Tarot of the Week is and how that relates to them. And for some of you, thank you, Michelle, on YouTube for your lovely words of kindness when we talked about an angel card a few weeks ago. So lots of information. I think this is my year where I want to share my wisdom, share my information, share what I've got with you. So keep an eye on the Facebook page, join my newsletter if you will, or send my newsletter out so other people can join the newsletter. And hopefully I'll see you here either digitally on one of my meditations, my free monthly meditations, or I'll see you as a personal client here digitally, or I might even be lucky enough to see you in either my Reiki class or my up and coming crystal healing course class. So until next month, get your aspirations out there, put them out while we're in this transitioning phase of the universe, and let's see what the law of magnetism can draw towards you. Because when we aspire, the people, the places, the things, they all come towards you. So good luck. Let me know how you get on, obviously. And until the next time, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and we'll see you in February. Bye for now. Namaste.